So come on out. What do you Plato learning, PC. Software. That's a David. I can use an extension of that. Yeah, Radix 60 licenses. Wow.
I want to make sure I'm looking at the right thing.
There's a lot of different
I want to make sure I'm looking at it or just fill in the blanks. You can tell the students each size there.
I have to get my stool. Yeah. Good evening. Rightfully so, everybody's gussied up for a wonderful graduation night. So this is special to be able to call the meeting to order for our regular meeting being held here at MOC May 11th, 2012. So moving on with the agenda, and actually before I move on, I do want to welcome the Chinese delegation that I know have been welcomed here all week long. So I not only welcome them, but thank you all for designing such a lovely agenda and tour for them through the campuses. So welcome.
April, did you tell them what the president said? Make sure they know they're welcome tonight.
Where is April? I don't
April
see
is back on the back.
Okay.
She's
there.
you're talking to them, okay.
Okay.
Just tell them welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there any public comment tonight? No. Okay. Then moving on to board action items. If everybody's looked at the minutes, I will entertain a motion. Okay, it's been moved and seconded by Louise Appleman and seconded by Dr. Morrison to approve the minutes. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The motion carries. Okay, moving to item number 4, the consent agenda. Board members, are there any you'd like further explanation or like to pull from the consent agenda?
I don't want to pull anything, but I do like that a couple of these items actually return a significant amount of money, maybe around $2.6 million. I didn't realize we had to give our permission to accept money, but at any time that someone wants to give us 2.6 or 2.7 million, we'll let you know in advance. We will gladly accept it.
Madam President, I'd just like to add to that's a total of about $2.6 million, maybe 2.6 something, if somebody can do the math right quick. The first one comes from the deductive change order as we closed out the charges at the Trinity River East Campus Science Building. Is that not right? You shaking your head at me, Kirby? Is that, what did I say, Southeast? Trinity River. Oh. We spent so much money on Dr. Fulkerson's campus until...
Stay tuned, that's next month.
That's next month. Yeah, that's wishful thinking on my part, I suppose. But this is for the Southeast campus, where we're getting a 2.298 credit, and so that is good news. And of course, on Northeast, Dr. Darlidge's campus, we end up with almost $400,000 credit there. So a very special thanks to Nina and her team for closing both of those projects out and bringing money back to Tarrant County College. The other thing I'd like to tell you before you vote on the consent agenda is item 4A in your book says not to exceed $400,000. The staff has now gotten a final figure on that, and it's $329,574. So we have a savings there. Well, not a savings, less than what we anticipated it might cost us.
So in other words, that was in the budget, and we came under, so that was
Yes.
terrific. And that is noted in our agenda already, so that's terrific. Anything else, board members? Okay, then we'll move on to number 5, which is considering the consent agenda. Right, that's number 5. So for those of you, so do I hear a motion? So moved. Second? Okay, it's been moved by Trustee Carter and seconded by Louise Appleman. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, the motion carries. Okay, we're swiftly going through the agenda. I see that we have committee reports here. Mrs. Appleman, do you have anything to report on the audit committee?
Yes, you should have an attachment included in your packet giving you kind of a status report on the internal audit office's work. The first 4 bullet points are those items that have been completed or in process, and most of them are in process. These first 4 kind of the beginning of some programs and reviews that will occur starting this month and throughout the summer. The schedule for the remainder of the year to hopefully be completed by the end of August is listed for you as well. And please note that there will be an audit of board expenses this month. So get your receipts in order. You don't want to go to trustee jail. And the hotline, which we've talked about so much, will be prepped in July and August. We'll meet again in August, and I'm not on the agenda to talk about achieving the dream, but hopefully today, right before you left for the meeting, you received the newsletter. Is that right, Mr. Gates? And please be sure and read it. It's really a wonderful production, Dr. Black. Very well done, and full of good news about the progress we're making with achieving the dream.
Thank you. Speaking of achieving the dream and student success, for the governance report, I just wanted to remind the trustees that we had that document last meeting, that if you have not reviewed it yet, we'd like to consider that to implement in June. So that is regarding kind of an objective and game plan for student success from our point of view. In addition to that, even though it is graduation, I know faculty and staff stay working very diligently, and certainly there's summer school going on, but also we will have a lot of work to do through the summer, which includes our self-assessment as well as the Chancellor's goals and objectives and her evaluation. So we'll look forward to all the budget hearings as well. And other than that, I don't think there's anything else from governance, unless Trustee Carter, you have anything to say. Okay, great.
You might mention the board workshop on the 24th.
Oh, okay. Well, and keep in mind, we have a budget board workshop on May 24th at 6 p.m. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Having no action, I guess we'll move to the Chancellor's report.
Thank you, Madam President. I shall be brief because we do have a closed session for a few minutes at the end of this. And as you said, tonight is perhaps the biggest evening of the year for 4,466. I think my number is correct. Somebody correct me if I've given the wrong number. I think it's 4,466. Students are receiving either the associate degree or a certificate of completion with the end of this semester. And a little over 1,800 of those students have indicated their desire to be there in person this evening and walk across the stage. And of course, there is nothing more invigorating than to see all of those students so proudly walk across and get their recognition. So we're very, very pleased about that. The other thing I'll say is not a part of my report, but I can't not say it. I'm looking right in the face of Dr. Bill Lace, who has come back to help us again. He's going to be taking the minutes for us on a go-forward basis. And I will tell you, too, that Dr. Joe Jernigan is ill right now. He's in the hospital as we speak. And so let's keep him in our thoughts and wish him well for a speedy recovery and return. So, Joe, if you're watching the streaming video from your hospital bed, know that our thoughts are with you. Also would like to, again, welcome our Chinese delegation. It's been such a delight to have them with us for this past full week. They'll be with us for another week next week, and want to give a very special thanks to Cheryl Harris, who has coordinated all of this for us, along with many helpers here at Tarrant County College, and for all of the staff who's helped her with that. We are very appreciative of your work as well. Vivian Fu from the Southeast Campus especially has been with them every step of the way. Nancy Chang has had an opportunity to speak in her native language and be understood. And that's she's come in handy. She was in Austin with them on yesterday, and so we really appreciate her. Several of our faculty members from the Southeast Campus have also been helping us from time to time as we have gathered with our Chinese delegation. So we're very pleased to have them here. They have told me that they will be satisfied with their trip only after we agree to a return trip for them in China. So they're going to hold us to coming over and meeting with them at some point. On my report, I'd like to start with the accolades. You have plenty of accolades in the back of your book, but again, in the interest of time, I'm only mentioning one thing for each campus. So presidents know that we appreciate all these wonderful things. I know our board members enjoy reading them when they're at home at night to see. There's what I like about reading these. They're so diverse. There are so many wonderful things that are going on. Great things that are being done by our faculty. Wonderful things, awards, leadership awards, scholarships being won by our students. And of course, the collaboration with the community throughout the district is very special. So on the first campus that I have here is Northeast, and I just want to tell you that the competition that we had last month that was sponsored by the Tarrant Regional Water District, the art competition, the Northeast Campus sculpture students participated in the the Vision floating sculpture, and they won second place on that. And I'll skip to Trinity. That's the last campus in your book. Trinity beat out the competition. They won first place. So the first two places went to Tarrant County College. Larry said he'll get you next time to hear. And of course, third place was won by UT Arlington. So we are very impressed that two TCC campuses beat out the University of Texas at Arlington. That's my way of getting back with Jim Spagnola for 3 years ago. Tahiti, when he had a mascot and I didn't have one with me. Also, want to report. I said I was going to do one thing, but I will do one other quick thing on Larry's campus, because I was so impressed that there were 6 mayors on his campus for this year's annual panel to dialogue with capstone students, and that was very special to have them. And I always say this because the mayors and all the other elected officials in Northeast Tarrant County are absolutely so supportive of Dr. Darledge and that campus. You could not ask for any more support than what they give. Anything that he asks of them, they are always willing to do that. And it isn't that I think mayors around the other campuses don't do as well. It's just that there's such a large number of them in that Northeast Tarrant quadrant, and all of them flock to the Northeast campus to be of help. They truly appreciate that campus. When I go to the Northwest campus, the one thing that I want to point out for you, I just love this one, and that's the Love Conference 2012. Love is worth fighting for. And the Day of Dreams were organized by the Northeast speech instructor Carol Huntsberger and her team of speech students. They presented a variety of workshops that were offered on love of self, friends, family, romantic, and unconditional love. We probably need to send them to the United Nations and then have them come back and stop by the U.S. Congress and talk to them about love, do a love-in. On the South Campus, the South Campus and the Crowley ISD College Readiness Pilot Project got off to a wonderful start April 12th through the 20th, where TCC partnered with Crowley ISD to pilot that college readiness program with 88 Crowley sophomores. The interesting thing was that I thought was very interesting, that in that AVID program, 1/3 of the students passed a reading and writing, 1/3 passed reading or writing, and 1/3 needed to address content in both reading and writing. We've been talking about how we can partner with the ISDs to do what we can to help them identify the students who are behind and have a couple of years, hopefully, to help those students catch up. So we're very appreciative of that collaboration, Dr. Jordan. And of course, the really big thing there are lots of big things happening on Southeast all the time, but the one that I chose to highlight, Dr. Cupola, it was the recognition by the U.S. Green Building Council for its environmental features as part of the Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, in other words, known as LEED, gold ceremony at the Southeast Campus on April 18th. That's a big deal. To be able to build a LEED building in today's time, I've said to Nina and her staff, it's, anything we build at Tarrant County College in the future, really, I hope the board will see fit to make it a green building. We must think much more about sustainability as we move through. They cost a little more to build on the front side, but long term, you actually save money on those. So we are very appreciative of that designation. it was interesting also to hear Dr. Cluck, who was there that day, talk about the many serious illnesses that are caused by the environment and how green buildings help significantly with things like asthma that is at an epidemic proportion in this country. So we're very proud of that building. And finally, on the Trinity River campus, I did say one. I wanted to recognize that she's not here tonight, Christy Duque. Christy is part of the JCC, and she has been accepted to attend the 33rd Annual Kellogg Institute. She'll be the first TCC faculty member to attend this month-long summer institute in Boston, and she will become nationally certified as a developmental education specialist through the National Center for Developmental Education. So kudos to Christy Duque for that accomplishment. In the continuing ed area, corporate services received praise from the North Central Texas Council of Governments for our participation in a recent audit of the Department of Labor Community-Based Job Training Grant. The auditor stated that she was extremely impressed with how TCC operates and felt that the staff is very passionate about what they do on a day-to-day basis. I thought board members, you'd like to have that highlighted because that is something that is very special for us. For years, the Continuing Education Department has gotten outstanding reviews by the external auditors when they have reviewed our work with them. I'll point out a few things under recent activities. I'll tell you that I visited all 5 campuses last week and week before last and met with the faculty, especially to talk about the common textbook. But I took advantage of the opportunity while I was there to also talk a lot about the various data points that the coordinating board uses to measure our effectiveness. We had wonderful discussions about who we are at Tarrant County College, where we need to go, how we get there. I challenged the faculty to take the leadership role in helping to determine how we would get where we need to go, and told them that I'm certainly open to all of their ideas, and I have already gotten some ideas from some faculty members. Also have some faculty members who are a little bit concerned about the data. We're just now at Tarrant County College beginning to really use our data. It will take a while for everybody to get comfortable with it. So I think in some cases, some of the employees looked at that and thought, this can't be right. There must be something wrong with the data. There isn't anything wrong with our data. It just takes some getting used to point these things out to our faculty, and I expect that they will be fully engaged with not only the common textbook, but many of the other challenges that we have. The bottom line is, and I say this everywhere I go, Tarrant County College has no option except to do things differently. We cannot continue to do things the way we've done them and continue to go down the path that we're on. It doesn't work for us anymore. And when we get to the point where we really are doing performance-based funding, and we have to be concerned about getting funded for the students who are successful in completing their courses, not just for the ones who enroll, that will be a major change for us. And my job is to get the college ready for that. And so if board members, you hear some really spirited discussion going on around the district, know that we're all working together. And I'm convinced that working together we will get to where we need to be. Many of you probably have heard that at the American Association of Community Colleges annual convention in Orlando, Florida, I guess week before last, 2 weeks ago now, I was officially confirmed as having been elected to the board of directors of the association. That election is a national election. You're elected by your peers. College CEOs around the country get to vote. I still don't know who nominated me for the position. I haven't gotten it yet, but whoever nominated me, I guess, must have worked pretty hard. And so I was elected, and I'm very pleased and proud to have been elected to that board and look forward to working with my colleagues around the country. Thank you. I think I mentioned last time, I think I did, I mentioned the boot camp grant. Did I get that on
Yes.
tape? I did, okay. I'm so happy about that. I just keep telling it over and over and over. So for those who are listening and didn't hear me last time, I'll tell you what I'm talking about.
That's Sid Richardson. Yeah.
The Sid Richardson Foundation gave Tarrant County College $250,000 to help students who come to us woefully underprepared for college. And we're very excited about what we're going to do with those students before we pass them on to our faculty. And we think that we're going to get some very good results from that. And that's all I have. Mrs. Vandergrift?
Okay. Well, certainly on behalf of the Board of Trustees as well, we are all honored that you are serving on the board of AAC and T. And know that you're well equipped to further that agenda and obviously are extraordinary in your knowledge of community college and it will be an incredible addition to that board. So congratulations. And how long is it? What's the term?
It's a 2-year term.
Okay, I couldn't remember. So great. Can you be re-elected for another?
I don't know. I didn't ask that question. So I don't know. Elva, do you know? You can be?
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's terrific. We'll have to be there with you at some point so we can see you in action.
Thank you.
Going forward with the President's report, certainly if anybody else has anything to say, I will say one more time to our visitors from China what an honor it was for the Board of Trustees to have an exchange with you on Monday. I think that may have been your first day, so it was probably challenging with the time change, but we certainly enjoyed that opportunity and learning from you, and hopefully you have garnered some great ideas to take home with. I just found out you were here for another week, so again, we hope you enjoy it as much as you have this week. I did run into Grace McDermott in Arlington, where I live, and she is president of the Pan American Chamber, and she was at the dinner Monday night and was overwhelmed with the opportunity, the hospitality, and the whole engagement was delightful for her. And that just makes me so happy to hear from a member of the community who really enjoyed it, not only on our campus, but visiting with you as well. So she, too, could talk in her native language and thought that was terrific. I guess, does anybody else have anything to say? Yes.
I just got the nod out there. I missed
Okay.
something. I was to tell you that Monday at 6 a.m., the Discovery Channel will air a wonderful piece on our Trinity River East campus. You saw part of that. There it is. Get up early. See TCC featured on national television, the profile series, May 21. And if you don't want to get up that early, set your DVR so that you can make sure. You will be very pleased to see that airing. Lou Gossett Jr. is the host of that series, and Reginald tells me that it's channel 182 on Dish TV, it's channel 789 on Charter TV, channel 120 on Verizon TV, channel 278 on Direct TV, and channel 120 on AT&T Uverse. So if anybody didn't get that and you want to know what channels to tune into, you do not want to miss watching TCC go live. This will be viewed by people all over the United States. And all of the footage that they use in this series belongs to us, and we can use it however we choose. So anytime you want a bragging point, you're going someplace to talk or whatever, you want to take that with you, you're welcome to do that. The other thing that Frank Griffiths wanted me to report, some of you have heard me talk about Career Coach. We'll give you a quick briefing on that at the June board meeting. But Career Coach, if you go to our website now, look at the left-hand side of the site, and you'll see a symbol that says Career Coach. Click on it and explore it for 15 or 20 minutes. You will be amazed at all of the wonderful information that is there. It's really good for our students, especially students who are thinking about going to college and don't know what they want to do. They can explore all kinds of careers, including learning what it takes to be successful in that career path, how much money you're likely to make, and what the job outlook for that is. And then as an added bonus for people who are looking for jobs, it even has links to employers who have jobs open on that day in that field. So it's really good. Frank tells me that we opened ours with 5,000 hits on our webpage, and he's bragging. He said there's 2,000 more hits than Miami-Dade had when they opened. And, you know, Miami-Dade Community College is the largest college, I guess, in the world. It certainly is the largest in the United States of America. We ended up with more hits than they did, so we're really proud. They did a great marketing campaign with the students to roll it out. They called it guerrilla marketing. That means you just go all out for it and everything. So that's it.
Oh, that's great. Okay, one other thing before we go into closed session. What was it, 4,466 graduates? Is that the right number?
That's the number that's in my head. Nobody
Okay,
corrected
well,
me.
I'm
It's
repeating.
4,000 and there are several sixes in there. I think
Okay,
that's
well,
right.
I just wanted to commend all of you here today for an incredible year, and obviously it's a testament to just excellent quality of teaching, programming, and services. So again, congratulations, and I know you continue to go forward and do what you do best, but we appreciate it. So having said that, we can conclude this portion of the agenda. Going into closed meeting, we don't foresee any action, so we foresee that the action will be across the street, and we have deliberation on real property, section 551.072, deliberation on personal matters, section 551.074, and consultation with attorney, section 551.071. So thank you all, and we'll see you in a few.